Hi, my name's Nico, if we haven't practiced together yet. Today is a gentle, semi-gentle ladder flow. Let's start in a child's pose at the back of the mat. Bring knees out wide, big toes to touch, reach the hands forward. Start by connecting to breath, bringing awareness to how the breath is moving in and out of the body. Let the breath be natural to begin. And then slowly start to deepen your inhales and exhales, letting the breath be a little bit bigger and louder with each one that you take. Taking one big deep breath together, inhale to fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale to your tabletop, bring your shoulders on top of the wrists. Move through your cow pose, drop the belly, lift the heart, and then exhale, round the spine, cat, and then pull your hips back towards your heels to the child's pose. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, bring the shoulders up. Drop the belly into your cow, and then exhale, cat, round, back to child's. One more inhale, bring it up to the cow, and then exhale, back, cat, hips to heels. Inhale to your tabletop. Find that neutral spine. Lengthen through the crown of the head. This time we'll inhale, cow, drop the belly, lift the heart, and then exhale, downward facing dog, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Doing that a couple more times, we'll inhale, drop the knees, moving through the toes, cow pose, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, cat, around through the spine, and pull your hips up and back to downward facing. One more, inhale, drop your knees, cow pose, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. We'll hold here. Keep the knees bent, really lift up through the tailbone. Sway side to side. Find stillness as you inhale. We'll roll the back of the heart space forward, finding your high plank position. You might need to walk the hands forward to be right underneath the shoulders. Press into the hands, puff up through the back of the heart space. We're here for 4, 3, 2. Keep the shoulders where they are, one little baby toe at a time. Walk your feet up to your hands. Find your ragdoll pose at the front of the mat. Bend the knees deep and shake out through the head. Bend the knees even deeper, and then one vertebra at a time, we roll all the way up. Shrugging out the shoulders a couple times. We'll inhale, reach the hands high up towards the sky. And then exhale, cactus your arms open through the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold, dive over your hips, let the heart space go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk yourself back to your high plank position. Either knees up or knees down, we lower all the way down to the mat. Flipping to the tops of the feet one time, inhale, cobra pose. Lift up through the heart, little to no weight in the hands. Just feel the strength of your spine. Exhale, let it go. Tuck your toes, press yourself up to a tabletop position. Hips on top of the knees, hands underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to move into the hips. So ground down into your left knee. We'll swing that right knee out kind of like dog on a fire hydrant. And then if it feels okay, we'll kick that right foot straight out beside us. Rebend the knee. Bring your right knee towards the left tap. Doing that a couple more times, swing that right knee out wide. Kick it straight. rebend, bring it in. Last one, right knee goes wide, kick, bend, hold here. Let's take a couple big hip circles. Pull your right knee towards your right shoulder and then down and around 2 times. And then we switch it out, bring that right knee out wide, up and back. And then after the second one, the right knee will cross behind your left knee. Press your hips back towards your heels, reach the hands forward, find that cross-legged child's pose position. Next inhale, bring your shoulders back up on top of your wrists. Tuck your toes underneath your feet and then lift your hips up towards the sky. Find your cross-legged downward facing dog. Let's do that a couple times. Breath to movement. As you inhale, drop your knees down. Cross-legged tabletop. Find your cow pose. Drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, cross-legged downward facing. Lift the hips. One more inhale, drop your knees. Drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, cross-legged downward facing. Let's ground down into the left foot. As you uncross that right foot, big rainbow in the sky with the right foot. Bring your right knee towards your right shoulder and then plant your right foot outside your right hand. As you inhale, we'll drop your right knee down, come up onto your fingertips, lifting up through your heart space. And then as you exhale, lift your hips, straighten the legs, lower the heart. 2 more with the breath. Inhale, drop the left knee. Exhale, lift your hips. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come to neutral. We'll walk the right foot in just a little bit. Reach your hands forward in front of that right foot and then strong right leg, bring your left foot to meet it for your ragdoll pose. Bend the knees deeply, bring your hands to opposite elbows. And then 1 vertebrae at a time, we roll all the way up. Eventually bringing the hands up overhead. They're still grasping the elbows. Inhale to lift up through the elbows and then exhale, stretch over to the right. Big left side body stretch. We're going all the way down and around, so start to bend the knees, lower yourself right, and then down through your ragdoll pose, and then all the way up and to the left. We'll do that 1 more time. Go down and to the right. Rock through the arms. And then we'll bring it up to the left. Release the arms. We'll bring right elbow on top of the left for eagle arms. Sink down into the knees for chair pose. Lift up through the heart. As you inhale, we'll lift the elbows. As you exhale, tap elbows to the knees, round through the spine. 2 more, inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, round. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, lift. Straighten the legs, release the arms, upward salute, root to rise, reach tall. As you exhale, forward fold, dive over your hips, let it go. Inhale to your grounded airplane, lengthen through the back of that left foot, reach the crown of the head forward. As you exhale, Shiva squat, bring your left knee to the back of your right calf. 2 more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Shiva. Last one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Shiva, hold. Keep your right knee where it is. Extend that left leg back towards the back of the mat, runner's lunge. Press into your hands, find your 3-legged plank. Keep that right foot hovered. Bend the right knee, and then slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Got a dog in my way. Keep that right heel squeezed towards your right glute, and then we'll take the arms out wide. Inhale, find your cobra pose, lift up through the heart. You can release that right foot if that doesn't feel good. Exhale over. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Bring your left arm out to a T. Keep your right knee bent. Bring your right hand underneath the right shoulder. And then roll onto your left hip for that swimmer stretch. If it feels good, you might even bend that left knee, coming into kind of like a bridge position in the legs. Maybe reaching that right arm back. I can't grab my hand right now, but you might be able to. We bring it back through center. Re-straighten that left leg if you bent it. Roll onto the belly. And then press yourself back onto your toes. So toes are tucked, hips to heels, toe pose. Staying here for a few breaths. Your hands can come onto the ground if this is too much in the feet. See if you can take 4 more deep breaths, breathing into the feet, letting them open up. And release. Find your tabletop, hands underneath the shoulders, tap out the toes if they need them. And then we'll move to the other side. So ground down into your right knee. Inhale to swing that left knee wide. Option to kick it straight. We rebend and bring it in. 2 more. Kick it wide. Straighten the leg. Rebend and bring it in. 1 more. Bring it out. Kick. Bend. Hold it high. Bring it towards your left shoulder, and then we'll take a couple big hip circles that direction. And then switch it out. Take a couple big hip circles other way. And after the second one, we'll cross our left knee behind the right for this cross-legged child's pose position. Press your hips towards your heels and reach the hands forward. Bring your shoulders back up on top of the wrists. Tuck your toes underneath your feet. Cross-legged downward facing dog. Lift your hips up towards the sky. We'll do that a couple times. Breath to movement. As you inhale, drop your knees. Drop your belly, lift your heart. Exhale, cross-legged downward facing. 1 more. Inhale, drop the knees. Drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing. Ground down into your right foot now. Big rainbow with that left foot. Kick it all the way right back and around until the left foot plants outside the left hand. Keep your right knee lifted. Come up onto your fingertips. And then start to lower the right knee as you pull the heart space through. As you exhale, hips go high. Let the heart space melt. Do that a couple more times. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to neutral. Walk your left foot in towards center. Reach the hands forward. And then slowly bring that right foot to meet the left strong left leg as you bring it in. Hands to opposite elbows. Awkward grip this time if you know which elbow is normally in front or which forearm is normally in front. Bend the knees, and then 1 vertebrae at a time, we roll all the way up. Elbows stack. Lift up through the spine, and then we slowly start to bend over towards the left. Start to soften the knees as the heart space goes all the way down. and around. And then up and to the right. Bring it high. One more time. Release. Elbows go down to the left. All the way around. Release. At the top, hands go high. Eagle arms, left elbow on top of the right. Sink the knees down into chair. We'll inhale, lift your elbows, find a cow pose through the spine. Exhale, cat, tap your elbows to your knees. 2 more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift, and we release the arms, upward salute, reach through the fingers. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Going down into your left foot as you inhale, find your grounded airplane, right leg swings back behind. Exhale, Shiva squat, bring it in. 2 more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Shiva. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Shiva. Hold. Keep your left knee bent, extend that right foot back, runner's lunge. Plant down into your hands, 3-legged plank, kick your left foot back. Squeeze your left heel towards your glute. Knee stays where it is, and then lower all the way down to the earth. Flip to the top of your right foot, bring your hands wide. Inhale, cobra. Keep your left heel squeezed towards that left glute, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, keep your left knee bent. Extend your right arm out to a T, and then roll onto your right hip for that swimmer stretch. Maybe bending that right knee and planting the right foot down, reaching that left hand towards the right. Maybe it grabs, maybe it doesn't. Slowly roll back to center. Tuck your toes underneath your feet and then press your hips back towards your heels, toe pose. This time, we're going to see if we can bring the hands to heart. Lift your knees up. And you might need to scoot forward just a little bit because we're going to slowly see if we can sit down, back onto the hips, and lift the legs towards both. Maybe straightening the legs. Bending the knees, planting the feet, coming back into toe. This time we'll come into a camel pose, so gently lower the knees down. Come up onto the shins, hands to the lower back, lengthen through the spine. Lift through the crown of the head, find the back bend, open through your heart. Bring the shoulders back up. Refinding boat, we sink the hips to the heels. Lift the knees. Sink the hips down behind. Bring the shins up. Maybe straighten the legs. Rebend. Plant the feet. Last time we lift the hips. Drop the knees. Camel pose, lengthen through the spine, open through the heart. We hold here for 3, 2. Slowly lift the shoulders up, reach through the hands. And then exhale to your tabletop. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And we start to add on to our flow. So ground down into your left knee. Swing that right knee out wide. Kick the right foot. This time we pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it high, rebend. Swing it all the way back and around, cross it behind the left. This time we find full Gomukhasana, so bring the feet wide, sink your hips between the heels. You might sit on a block if they can't quite reach the ground. We'll bring the right hand high, left hand down, finding Gomukhasana arms, interlacing the fingers behind. Or maybe you grab a strap. Taking about 10 really deep breaths here. If you want to play with the balance, we'll keep the arms as they are. See if you can ground down into the feet without using the arms. We'll lift ourselves up, unraveling the legs, spinning towards the back of the mat. Feet are wide. You'll take a side body stretch, reaching that right elbow up and to the left. Bring it back through center. And they'll come back into Gomukhasana, so start to spin over your left shoulder. Your legs are crossed, and then you sink back down into Gomukhasana. And we come out the same way we got in, so release the arms. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes underneath your feet. Find your cross-legged downward facing dog. Option here to find wild thing will open up through the hips to the right. Let your right arm reach and lift off the mat. Press your hips up towards the sky. Open through the heart space. Come back into your cross-legged downward facing dog. Ground down into your left foot. Let right foot go big right rainbow until the right foot plants outside the right hand. This time we'll drop the left knee all the way down. Reach your right arm all the way up and back, and it might just reach, or you might bend the left knee and grab the left foot with your right hand behind you. Release the grip of the foot if you have it. We'll find Malasana, so tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. This time bring the left foot wide to meet the right. Sink the hips low, hands to heart. Just taking a few deep breaths here. Last big inhale. As you exhale, find your forward fold. Let the heart space melt and walk the feet to hip width distance. Inhale to your halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half staff, root to rise. Lift your left knee as you come up. And then we find eagle pose, so left knee stacks on top of the right knee. Right elbow on top of the left. Find the balance here for a moment. And then if you want to, we'll add on with movement to breath. We inhale, lift the elbows. And then exhale, tap elbows to the knees. 2 more, inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Last one, inhale. Oop, almost lost my balance, and exhale. Okay, inhale, bring the hands up. Keep the legs as they are, release the arms, bring them up overhead. And then straighten both legs, cross your left ankle in front of the right. One time, exhale, cactus the arms open through the heart. Inhale, reach tall through the fingers. Exhale, cross-legged forward fold. Your left foot's crossed in front of the right. Take a few moments. Maybe micro bend that left knee, reach the hips back and right. Hands front and left if you want a little more through that right IT band. Walk the hands back through center. Ground down into your left foot. We'll let that right foot release back behind us. We'll reach the right arm back and up too for half moon. Open that right hip on top of the left. Right fingertips reach high. As slow as you can go, find your warrior two. Start to bend into the left knee, planting the right foot. Reach through the fingertips. One time inhale, straighten the legs, reach through the fingertips. And then exhale, sink a little deeper into your warrior two. Open up through the arms and breathe. Inhale to reverse your warrior, reach through the left fingertips. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Runner's lunge. Press into the hands, three-legged plank, kick your left foot back. Bend the left knee, squeeze left heel towards left glute, lower all the way down. This time, half bow, grab your left foot with your left hand. Kick foot into hand, open up through the heart. Maybe reach the right hand forward and lift the right leg for 4, 3, 2. See if you can find full bow. Bend your right knee. Grab your right foot with your right hand. Kick both feet into the hands. Half bow other side. Gently release that left foot in the left hand. Reach. And release. Bring both hands underneath your forehead. Lower the forehead down and relax. Child's pose. Plant your hands and press your hips back to your heels. If you want to open up through the heart a little bit more, you can slide into puppy. So starting to lift the hips up and walk the hands forward, letting the heart space release down. Tabletop when you're ready, lift the heart. Bring your hands back underneath the shoulders. Ground down into your right knee. Swing that left knee out wide. Kick that left foot straight, and then we pulse this time for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing it all the way back and around, crossing left knee behind right. For full Gomukhasana, feet go wide, sink your hips between the heels. So right knee's on top of the left this time. Left hand goes high, right hand goes low, interlacing the fingers if you can. If not, just reach or find a strap or a towel or whatever you have handy. A shirt even could work. Breathing deep here. We're here for a moment, so allow it to be comfortable. Feeling the stretch, but not letting it be painful. Okay, option here to play with the balance. We'll try to ground down into the feet. Keep the hands in Gomukhasana. You'll twist over your left shoulder as you press into the feet and spin to the back of the mat. Finding length through that left side body by stretching up and over to the right. Come back up through center. And then we'll twist over to the right shoulder to come back into our Gomukhasana. Sink back into the knees. Release the arms. Find that cross-legged tabletop. Tuck your toes underneath your feet, cross-legged downward facing dog, lift the hips. Going down into your right foot, let that left leg swing all the way up and around to your lizard lunge. This time we lower the right knee all the way down, reach all the way up and back with the left hand. Maybe it just reaches, or maybe you bend the knee and grab the foot. Gently release the foot if you have it. For Malasana, bring your right foot out wide to meet the left. Sink the hips low, hands to heart. Just a few breaths here, really lengthening through the spine. This time, if you want a little more extra challenge, maybe bring the hands up overhead for 4, 3, 2. Forward fold, bring your feet together, hips go high. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half staff. Lift through the fingertips. Right knee comes high this time. For eagle pose, right knee stacks on top of the left and left elbow on top of the right. Take a moment to find your balance, and then we can flow. If it feels good for you, we inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, tap. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come through center, release just the arms, bring them up overhead. And then straighten the legs as the right ankle crosses in front of the left. One time, exhale, cactus the arms open through the heart. Inhale, reach the fingertips tall. Exhale, cross-legged forward fold, dive over the hips. If you want more through that left IT band, micro bend in the right knee. Hips go back and left, hands walk forward and right. Walk your hands back through center. We'll ground down into that right foot and right hand. Uncross the left leg as the left hand rises for your half moon. Pulling your left hip on top of the right, reaching through the left fingertips. As slow as you can go, find warrior 2. Start to bend into the right knee. Plant the left foot. Open up through the arms. One time we inhale, straighten the right leg, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, sink back into your warrior 2. We're here for a few breaths. Next inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Runner's lunge. Find your 3-legged plank. Bring your right foot back to meet the left. Squeeze right heel towards right glute. And then lower all the way down. Half bow, grab your right foot with your right hand. Kick foot into hand to lift through the heart. Maybe reach the left hand forward and lift the left leg. If you want it, we'll reach for that left leg. For full bow, kick feet into hands, lift through the heart. Half bow, other side, gently release right hand and right foot. Lift a little higher. And we relax. Lower the forehead down. When you're ready, we gently just flip onto our back. Setting up for eagle, supine eagle. Bring your right knee on top of your left knee. Bring your left elbow on top of the right elbow. Bring your shins parallel to the earth. As you inhale, tap your hands above, tap the feet in front, and then exhale, bring elbows to knees. 4 more, inhale. Exhale. 3, 2, last 1. Hold at the top, crunch. Release the arms. Bring them out to a T. Drop your left foot down to the earth to scoot your hips to the right just slightly and let your knees drop over to the left. Supine twist with eagle legs. Gently bring your knees through center. Release the feet, find bridge pose. Plant into both of the feet, reach the hands towards the heels, lift your hips up towards the sky. Just resetting the spine. Lift your heels up off of the ground, and then one vertebra at a time, we roll all the way down. This time, left knee on top of the right, right elbow on top of the left. Bring your shins parallel to the earth. As we inhale, we tap the fingers and the toes, and then exhale, crunch. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. As you release the shoulders down, bring the hands out to a T. Scoot your hips over to the left just slightly and let your knees drop to the right. Gently bring your knees up through center. Unravel the legs. This time, let's bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze, a hug, and gratitude. And then we release into Savasana. Scooting shoulders underneath the heart space. Taking one more big breath together. Start by exhaling all of your air out. Inhale through the nose to fill. And then exhale, let it all go. If you have the gift of time today, I always encourage you to hang out here a little bit longer. When you choose to move out, do so gently and slowly. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Always feel free to leave questions, comments, and requests. Namaste.